Hello viewers, Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. I wanted to do a full moon in Aquarius reading for you today. Welcome to my channel. If you're a new subscriber, for existing subscribers, I'm very grateful for your support. The full moon in Aquarius occurs on August the 3rd if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. For those of us in Australia in the Southern Hemisphere, we'll be seeing that full moon at 1:58 on the 4th of August. I'm comfortable with a full moon in Aquarius, but I'm probably less comfortable with some of the more difficult squares that we'll be seeing with some of those major planets at the same time. Aquarius, the full moon in Aquarius, well, firstly, full moons are a time when things culminate, things come to an end. We bring things toward a close, whether that be issues or challenges or projects that we've had. We like to bring them to a close, and we like to set our sails for the new moon, of course, which is coming after the full moon. They are emotional times, so this full moon will be less emotional because it's in an air sign, the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius, they're comfortable with change. They are the humanitarians of the zodiac, which is why I'm very, very comfortable with them, because my South Node is actually in the 9th house. I'm drawn to the values that Aquarians hold. But they can also be rebellious as well. Complicating this full moon in Aquarius, the planet of rebellion, innovation, change, ideals, humanitarianism. Complicating that is a number of squares that we will be seeing. The Sun will be squaring Uranus, which of course is top of my list. Squaring, is a difficult aspect in astrology. It can be likened to the Sun squaring off with Uranus. Sun is at the center of our universe. Uranus is already the planet of the unexpected. Expect the unexpected. So we've not only got Aquarius, change, rebellion, the unexpected as well, but we've got this difficult aspect with Uranus, which again is the unexpected. So on the full moon, be mindful that something could arise which takes you by surprise. A couple of other pattern or aspects I want to mention. Mercury is opposite Saturn, which is a difficult aspect. Or when something is in opposition, we've virtually got like two people arguing with one another, and they will fight it out until a resolution occurs, and of course we get understanding from that opposition. Each of us understands a little bit more about the situation or the thing we're arguing about than we did before. So we've got Mercury, the planet of communication, opposite Saturn, which of course is the taskmaster. We also have Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion, also squaring Mercury. So, and also squaring Mars as well. So, some difficult squares. I think that when I look at the chart and I see these aspects, I know that we are in a difficult time at the moment, and for us individually, I think you can probably expect, perhaps on the more positive side, you could get strokes of or enlightenment. Answers to your problems coming out of the blue, for example. You could be particularly around these issues where you've been weighing things up and down, and you've been having this internal conversation in your head. But there's also this caution there to expect the unexpected with that difficult square with Uranus. So this morning when I wasn't wedded to doing this reading, but when I opened my Aquarian deck, I have a tarot deck called the Aquarian deck. I was sitting in there, the Temperance card from the Light Seers deck. I don't know how it got in there. The Temperance card is my card. And so I thought that's got to be a sign to proceed with this reading. So I want to tap into the energies around this full moon in Aquarius first, and then we'll read from the Aquarian Tarot, which I think is quite fitting with this full moon in Aquarius. I'd like to think that this full moon solidifies our resolve to keep going with those challenges that we've taken a stand on and see them through to the end to create new conditions for ourselves, both at the collective and the individual level. All right, the full moon in Aquarius. Show me some of the energies around this full moon in Aquarius, August the 3rd in the Northern Hemisphere, and the very early hours of August the 4th here in Australia, so where I am. So show me this full moon. What are the energies around this full moon in Aquarius, please? Okay, so what I'm getting is the hourglass here, which is showing me that something is counting down. There is a question around time here. So I'm also getting that it is time. I woke up with this intuitive feeling this morning. It is time for us to let go of the past, to put the past to bed. Remember, full moons are all about culmination. So putting a past issue that is still weighing on you, leaving it in the past. That doesn't mean you're going to forget about it, but it means that you acknowledge that the work is over for you now on that past issue and let it go. It may be something that could have occurred 5 years ago or 10 years ago, but it's something that you're carrying with you. It's time to let that go. Okay. Time to let it go, because until you do, you're not going to be able to manifest that future that you know is there. You innately know it's there. So, show me the full moon in Aquarius. Show me the full moon in Aquarius. It's all about change. Full moon in Aquarius, and it is absolutely safe and right for you to let go of that past issue, an emotional issue. I'm being presented with the Ace of Cups here, and have that new emotional start. Show me the full moon in Aquarius. So even though Aquarius is not a water sign, it's an air sign, it's not prone to emotionality, there is still an emotional issue from the past that you are going to take that conscious decision to let go of. I'm getting number 17, the earth, and this is to do with our trust and security in the world around us, what the world around us gives to us, what it serves up to us, what we expect it to serve up. If we're expecting it to continually give us challenging situations, that's exactly what it will give us. So there is an opportunity, again with the moon in Aquarius, to take a look at how you've been thinking about your emotions, if that makes sense, and make some changes here that will ground you instead of allowing you to, I guess, be carried away in that, can even be a guilt emotion as well, to ground you and put it to bed once and for all. Number 17, of course, number 1 is the self, 7 is the lessons that we need to learn. So, the Earth card. Now, the Journey card has been coming up whenever I use these cards. This is the Mystical Shaman Oracle. I do get the journey, and the journey speaks for itself. It is a coming together, and it is a renaissance. Number 9, we're bringing things to a close. We are moving more into that manifestation energy, adding up to number 11, which is a gateway to something else, a gateway to something new. The journey card. These are all the energies. I asked for the energies, and how do we achieve that? That 1, that 11. breaking down to two, of course, which is unity with others, which is what we're here for. We're here for not just to evolve individually, but also to evolve with others whom we are, in this space where we're all connected. We're all connected. The journey, that's the getting of wisdom. And I've got the child, number 7. So there is a maturity here. But it's also a maturity that takes us back to the start, a reset, takes us back to our past, to our higher selves, to looking at things with new eyes. The child. I am reminded of that, I think it's a T.S. Eliot quote, that we shall not cease from exploration until we reach the beginning again and know that place for the first time. So there is this energy in the humanitarian sign of Aquarius, which will help us stand back and look at these issues and get some clarity on it, because that's, again, Aquarius will bring forward innovation and insight. At the base of the packet is the moon. What a perfect card for this reading. The moon. And of course it could be the shadow work that each of us are undertaking, where we have no choice really but to work on those areas of ourselves that need to be illuminated, the lessons that we need to learn, the karmic cycles, karmic relationships that we're in, the moon card. So expect the unexpected, but I think all in a good way, because I do see a positivity about these cards that speak to me about progress. All right, now let's draw from the Aquarian deck itself, which presented so obviously to me this morning. All right, this Aquarian deck. Okay, so some of you may know the images, and just opening that up, we have this soft, the Ace of Pentacles is a new start, but it's a really soft energy. Again, we pulled the Earth card, so this is about bringing things to a close, a culmination, and preparing for that new start. And I do have the Page of Pentacles. This is not a king, but it does indicate that we're on a journey of some sort, a journey that will enable us to feel more secure in the world and the relationships that we live in. All right, so what is the general conditions around this full moon in Aquarius, please, Spirit? This full moon in Aquarius, this full moon. I'm just being flooded by a indigo and a violet, a cross between the two. So that is using your intuition, and there is an evolutionary process. This is what Aquarius is all about. It is I guess evolving to our higher selves, or the potential, at least recognizing the potential of what is possible when we sit in that energy of our higher selves. So show me the general conditions of the full moon in Aquarius. Okay, it's going to be quite symbolic, a symbolic time. The Nine of Pentacles, of course, people are concerned about freedom and they want to fight for their freedom. Now, Pentacles, the Suite of Pentacles doesn't just necessarily mean money. It talks about our relationship with the earth, our relationship with each other. This is a fight for freedom. And so the full moon in Aquarius is bringing to the fore our need to fight for that freedom and fight for our security. Here's our Page of Pentacles again. So we are understanding and seeing what needs to change. And this will become obvious around the time of the full moon. We are bringing, I think, like a stoicness to the fight for freedom here. The Page of Pentacles, this speaks to, it's not the Page of Wands, which is founded on inspiration and passion. It's founded on our need for freedom and security in the world that we live in. I'm just going to bring the laptop down here. Justice, humanitarianism, equality, justice. This is a karmic card. This is about balancing the scales. We have felt our freedom is in danger. We have felt the inequality. We have felt the need for more increased security in the world that we live in, and it's founded to a large degree. I'm noticing this is number 11 here, 1-1, the Justice card. It is a 10, a closing of a cycle and the start of something new. This full moon in Aquarius will be quite instrumental in solidifying our resolve to ensure our freedom is there and our security is there, and we will be prepared to do whatever we need to do to ensure that. And maybe this is the beginning of this mythical age of Aquarius that astrologers talk about. The 9 of Rods, again, battle weary and feeling like we need to bring something to a close. Putting the boundaries up. Again, I just feel a real solidarity in these cards. It's a non-negotiable thing. And I think around the full moon, whether it is the collective or the individual, you will decide that you will put your foot down and you're not going to give away your freedom or insecurity again. And that's how the scales of justice become balanced. The Hierophant card. This is our higher selves. This is our connection with the divine. And so I'm feeling that this, I guess, need for change, this quest for freedom, is all part of a wider narrative that the earth is going through, that the collective is going through. This is all about change here. Here's my Ace of Cups. Even though Aquarius may not be a water sign, nevertheless, this is the letting go of the past and allowing yourself this new emotional start. Celebration, reunification at the individual level, at an emotional level for the individual. This Justice card speaks to reuniting with loved ones that you may have been estranged from, reuniting with your community. These are all Aquarian values I see here coming to the fore. I feel this new moon in Aquarius is going to be the start of something quite incredible. We've felt this change, we've wanted this change, and I see it manifesting in these cards. The 6 of Cups, going back to the past, reuniting with our higher selves. So we've brought, in a way, we're bringing this era. Again, it could have been in the last few years. It could have even gone back longer than that. We are bringing it to a close because we have to. All right, the 7 of Swords. This is, when going to be rejecting what is not the truth. So again, with Aquarius, it is humanitarianism. It is high ideals. It is about justice and the truth. And there is a rejection. What are we bringing to a culmination? We're bringing to a culmination, allowing, whether it be someone in our immediate circle, our workmate, our community, someone in our community, could be our political leaders. We are bringing this energy to a close, where this deceptive energy, we're just not going to be, we're just not going to allow that anymore. The focus is on the truth. Temperance. Here we go. We are bringing more harmony, more balance. And it's sitting right underneath that Ace of Cups. So The world events at the moment are such that it's glaringly obvious what we need to do. Around this full moon time, at the external level, there could be something that is unexpected that really solidifies our resolve here. But at the individual level, it is time to leave that emotional baggage in the past, because this is the birth of something new. We literally are turning our backs on what no longer serves us. So in Aboriginal culture here in Australia, we have had Aboriginal people turn their backs on political leaders. And this is what this card reminds me of. So at the collective, we are no longer willing to allow our leaders to lie to us. I just want to be that blatant. But at the personal level, that transcends to turning away from that which is not fair, that we know in our hearts is not fair. Because unless we take action, unless we do something, even if it's just to leave what is no longer working for us behind, even just emotionally, in order to create this freedom for ourselves, we cannot do that unless we do that, unless we turn away from what is no longer serving us. And we know what that is. The Seven of Cups means that there is a choice to make. And so you have the opportunity to make that choice around this time. Even if it's just inwardly, I will take some action where I see injustice for myself or for others in a gentle and a calm way, because this freedom is very important to me. I've learned how to do it in a way that is life affirming and not destructive. The Page of Swords, the truth, the ever emergent truth, the Devil card, of course. And I do get a pull to we've had the era of Capricorn, where we have been vested in things, in material possessions, material successes, material endeavours, at the risk of this higher humanitarianism, this higher value. And so this is, when we talk about the age of Aquarius, we're moving out of that Capricornian energy into this Aquarius energy. And I do feel this full moon will bring that in some way to a very visible, very visible view. We have the Ace of Wands, this new start. Again, letting go of the old, that old emotion, I feel, and allowing yourself that new start. You deserve that. The Nine of Cups, very interestingly, can be breakthroughs and miracles. It is sitting under this Nine of Wands. When I talked about the Uranus aspect of this full moon, I talked about expecting the unexpected. So, we could have some kind of breakthrough occur here as well. It need not necessarily be negative. Final card in this pool, or I should say the final two cards in this pool, is the Fool card, which is the new starts, and the Ace of Pentacles, which again is this beautiful soft energy, I think, that was present in this reading so far as a new start. So this is very much moving out of the Capricornian energy, learning from that Capricornian era, and moving into moving into that Aquarian energy. So whatever the full moon brings for you will be based on your greatest challenges over the last little while. There will be a shift or change in some way on that, bringing a culmination. And of course, I'm reminded that our power is in our decision to choose. And so that Seven of Cups energy, we will be called upon to make a choice. And it's very important that we see clearly, and not allow ourselves to fall back into those old illusions, to see clearly, to understand the progress we've made to date, and to make a decision to leave the past behind, and to allow that deserved new future for ourselves. So thank you for tuning in to the full moon in Aquarius reading. I wish you well, and I will be back again with another reading for you soon. Thank you very much.